Good morning. It's day 24 of our 30-day challenge, and today we are going to do 3 rounds of Wim Hof breathing to prepare our bodies for a vinyasa flow. I'm going to put a little bit of power vinyasa in there, nothing too really tricky, and I'll give you options so you don't have to take those slightly trickier or strength building moves. So take it to where you want to. You can adjust it accordingly. We will also include, as promised, a new arm balance. So we've learnt how to do crow, and I'll show you how to do side crow, which will include a twist, which is obviously one of my favourite things to do. So let me know how you get on, and if you like the video, like it, and if you haven't yet subscribed, please do so. I'll see you at the end. Okay, I'm going to make my excuses already because my house is freezing today. It's still snowy outside and my house will not get warm. So I'm going to do the breathing with the blanket again. So I want you to get comfy too. We're going to do 35 big belly breaths. In and out through the nose. Let's get going. Breathe right down into the belly, the chest. Take a sip of air into the head and then release passively. 100% effort in and then passively release. Keep going. Let's really try and force that air into the body, and imagine you're breathing in relaxation, and when you release that air, you're letting go of any tension or stress or worries or anything that you're holding on to today. Let's just be here, let's be present, let's just enjoy this moment on the mat or in your bed or on your sofa. With these little bit longer breath holds are really important to make it work for you. This first breath hold will be 1.5 minutes, the next one will be 2, and the final one will be 2 minutes 30. If you enjoyed the 4 rounds of breath we did yesterday, leading up to a 3-minute breath hold, then you could always chop and change which sections of video you use. But let me know if you wanted to do a 4 breath hold regularly. Okay, we've got 3 breaths left. Make them really big. Okay, ready? We're going to take our last breath now. In and let it all out. Breath out, breath hold for 90 seconds. Hold it as long as you can, and if you can, hold it for longer. I'll cue you up at 10 seconds to go, and you can pause the video. And if you need to take a breath before, again, absolutely fine. Just take that recovery breath, hold for 15 seconds, and then release and continue your next round of breathing. Always say, make this work for you, because it's you that's got to find the consistency and rhythm and find the place for this method in your life, because it is so amazing and so beneficial. So make it work and find its place for you. Really try to relax in these breath holds. Close down the eyes and notice the sensations in the body. Watch the lights behind the eyes, different colours you may notice. I've got 20 seconds to go. If you're still with me, that's amazing. I'll cue up at 10 seconds so you can pause the video if you want to hold for longer. Okay, 10 seconds to go. And let's take a recovery breath in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Recovery breath, hold it. Force this breath upwards into the head, as though you're pushing the air from the base of your spine straight into your pineal gland, your pituitary gland, really getting maximum blood flow into the midbrain area. And release. Well done. Round 2, we're going to take 40 big belly breaths. So if you do want to see 4 rounds more often, then let me know. as I will always try and accommodate what people want to see or want to do in their own practice. So I do 4 rounds myself before I get out of bed every day. But then I do 3 rounds before I do yoga or go to the gym as a precursor to warming up my body and oxygenating my body and alkalizing my blood in preparation for exercise, which is why I've gone back to 3 rounds today, as we're going to do a beautiful strength building vinyasa yoga. Okay, so keep breathing in and out through the mouth or the nose, doesn't matter which. As Wim says, it doesn't matter what hole you get it in, just get it in. If you ever feel any anxiety though, breathe through your nose, you'll find it less, you'll have less anxiety. Just sometimes mouth breathing can create a little bit of tension if you're prone to anxiety. And that's to be expected. So don't judge yourself or judge the practice on it. Just make it work by breathing through the nose. We've got 5 more, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more. And this is our last breath. In, release it all and close down the eyes. We're going to hold this breath for 2 minutes. Enjoy the sensations. Enjoy the tingling in the fingers and the toes, noises and whooshing and buzzing behind the ears as the energy rushes around the body, firing neurons, energizing, detoxifying and renewing areas which have had less than 100% of the blood flow. Really just relax. Seep into the mat like liquid pouring into the floor. No tension in the body at all now. Just complete relaxation. You're doing really well. If you do need to take a breath before, that's fine. And if you want to hold it for longer, I'll cue you up with 10 seconds to go. We've got 20 seconds left here. If you do feel like you need to take a breath, you could try contracting the muscles. 10 seconds left. From your toes all the way up into the head. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Recovery breath in. Pulling up on the root lock, the stomach lock, the head lock, throat lock, Really pushing this air now up into the spine. From the spine into the brain. Really enjoy and intensify the sensations. And release. Round number 3. We're going to take 45 big belly breaths. Circular breaths, no gap at the top or the bottom. You may notice that I've increased the number of breaths we're doing. And I find that personally that because I've been doing the practice for a while, it takes more breaths to really experience the sensations. And so to account for that, hopefully you are starting to experience the same thing. So I've put more breaths into each round so we can really get the most out of this and really get the most benefits and enjoyment from the experience. Again, if this is something that you like and you're happy with, or you want me to alter, let me know. So keep breathing into the belly, the chest, the head, and letting go passively. You're doing really well. Keep going. Full belly breaths. In and out. Remember not to make any pauses at the top of the breath or at the bottom. Just a circular motion of the breath coming in and out, hyper-oxygenating the body. Five more, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more. This is our last one. Big one in and relax. Close down the eyes. 2 minutes 30 breath hold will take. Just really relax now. Really enjoy and embrace the feelings, sensations of lightheadedness, any dizziness. I usually have an intense feeling of energy about my body that almost makes my body feel completely like it's floating above the surface. So the energy is projecting from every angle of my body, almost levitating me. And so I really lean into that and intensify the feelings by focusing all of my attention on it. Like a heightened awareness of where you are in time and space. Doing so well. Remember, if you do need to take a breath before, that's fine. Just go to your recovery breath. And if you want to hold your breath for longer, I'll cue you up with 10 seconds to go. Make it work for you. To 20 seconds to go. You're doing really well. If you feel like you do need to take a breath, but you want to try and push it a little bit more, start tensing the muscles now, from the toes all the way up into the head. 10 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big breath in. Hold it. Force it upwards. Pull up on the root lock, stomach lock, throat lock. Push this air into the head, really push it up now. This is our final big breath. You've done so well. Hold it, keep going, and release. Well done. Okay, just come back to natural nose breaths. Conscious breaths, but natural rhythm. Just find a nice, comfortable rhythm in and out through your nose. And just let the feelings and energy be absorbed by the body. You've done so well. Okay, if you're on your bed or your couch, then come to your mat and just take hold of the knees. Wrap your elbows around them and rock from side to side. We'll find some movement in the spine now. Following lying down. Gentle rhythms, rocking side to side. Bring your nose to your knees. Have a squeeze. And then breath of fire. Rapid in and out breaths through the nose. So it's forced out breath, passive in breath. It's not easy doing breath of fire in this pose, so bear with it and just give it everything you've got. Forcing the belly like bellows to force that rapid out breath through the nose. It's a great way to heat up the core and warm up the body. Hold the breath in, tense all of your muscles, and release. Well done. Well done. That's not easy. Let me know how you get on with some of these. It's a Kundalini warm-up. Now, take the right knee to the chest, bring the left elbow to the knee, and take the left leg out long. And just hold it, raising the back and the bottom off the mat, the legs off the mat. Change. So bring the right elbow to the left knee, raise the right foot off the mat, raise the shoulders off the mat. We're just warming up into that lateral side, we're firing up the obliques. Going to be lots of twisting in this process. So let's just find some heat now and generate that in the body. Okay, come up to sitting, cross-legged at the front of your mat. We're going to take head circles. So if your neck is comfortable, take full head circles. And if you have any pains or sharp pains in your neck, then just do half head circles. Really work out those kinks and cracks in the neck, letting gravity take your head round. Change direction. Really enjoy the motion. Take it at your own pace. Okay, come to stillness, and then we'll do some shoulder lifts. Bring the shoulders up to the ears and roll them back. Up to the ears and roll them back. Breathe in as they come up, and then change directions, and out as they come down. Work with the breath to ease out tension. Raise the hands high, breathe in, and then fold over to the left. Keeping both sitting bones on the ground. So if you can't bring the elbow to the floor, just go to where you can to keep both sitting bones on the floor. Raise up, other side. Both sitting bones on the floor, folding over to the right. Breathe in, back to center, and take a twist over your left shoulder, right hand to left knee. Breathe in as you lengthen and breathe out as you twist. Breathe into center. Take the left hand to the right knee, gazing over your right shoulder. Breathe in as you lengthen. Breathe out as you twist. Hands back to center. And we'll take some Sufi grinds. So we've done these before. It's like stirring a pot with your body. So all of the action is coming from the spine. Really, really, as though you're stirring your body with your ribs. Imagine. Really, really, go the other way now. Try and find the extent and your own rhythm of where you can take this, because this is going to warm up your entire spine, building heat and generating muscle, importantly, supporting your spine, supporting your posture, supporting your practice. Okay, come to all fours on the mat. And we'll take cat-cow. So breathe in as you arch the back, and breathe out as you come to cat pose. In, cow, out, cat. In, cow, breathe out, cat. Really take the head to the sternum in cat, and then take it back in line with your neck for cow pose. Keep going. Again, you can find your own rhythm with your own breath with this. Okay, we'll take balance pose. The right arm comes forward, left leg comes out, keeping a nice straight line of energy down the back. And then take hold of your left leg with your right arm and raise it up high and follow that line with your head. So we're getting a beautiful twisted back bend across the body. Back to balance pose, hands back to the mat, and let's change sides. Left arm raises, right leg raises, hold it, find your balance, find the strength, pull up through the core, and then take hold of the right leg with the left hand and raise it up into a back bend with a twist across the body. Make sure you're not collapsing into your right shoulder. Come back to balance pose, hold it, And then bring everything back to the mat. And then come back into a wide, knees together child's pose with the arms extended. And then take the hands over to the left-hand side, right-hand side of the mat, getting a stretch in the left-hand side of the body. Breathing into this. And then take the hands over to the right-hand side of the left-hand side of the mat, getting a stretch into the right-hand side of the body. Keep breathing. Compressing those hips. If you can't get your bottom to your feet, then put a cushion between them. Okay, then take the hands into Venus lock behind the back and gaze upwards to the ceiling, opening out the shoulders, slight back bend. And then fold forward back into that child's pose with the knees together and bring the shoulders over the back. So we're really opening out that chest now. Forehead gently resting on the mat and the bottom sat on the heels. Again, if you can't reach the heels, put a cushion there. Come back to that back bend, sit up. And then we're going to come into a downward dog. So hands spaced out on the mat, shoulder width apart, legs hip width apart, and find movement in your dog. Heels turned out slightly. The shoulders are working all the time, so we're not collapsing into them. There's no weight in your head. And we're looking for a downward V position, not a C. So it's a slight back bend and a heart opener. Find stillness. And then take the feet half a footstep closer. Bring the right hand to the centre of the mat and take hold of your right leg with your left hand, gazing under the right arm. So we're getting straight into the twists in this practice. This is a beautiful twist and inversion. There's a lot going on. Left hand comes to the mat and take hold of your left leg with your right hand, gazing under your left shoulder. Please don't collapse into that left shoulder. Keep it working. Keep it pushing up from the mat. Really important we protect our joints. Back to your dog. Take a long downward dog. Feet working towards the mat. Raise the right leg high and bring it to the left elbow. Right leg, three-legged dog. Bring it to your right elbow. Right leg, three-legged dog. And then bring it to right knee to your left elbow. Raise it, three-legged dog. And then bring it back. Right knee, right elbow, three-legged dog. Come back to your downward dog. And we're going to take that on the other side, these core strengtheners. So left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Left leg, left elbow. Left leg raises, left knee, right elbow. Three-legged dog. Left knee to left elbow. Three-legged dog. And then left knee to right elbow across the body. And then back to that three-legged dog. Well done. Come back to your downward dog. Just come back to your breath. Breathing in and out through the nose. And then wave forward to a high plank. And let's just hold that plank. Find your position. A nice line of energy from the heels up into the base of your neck. And then tip over those toes and slowly lower, grazing the ribs with the elbows all the way to the floor. And we're just going to warm up that back. Okay, so I want you to take the left foot with the right hand and raise everything off the mat. So the head follows the line of your neck. Again, we're getting that beautiful twist and back strengthening in the spine, like we did with the when we were on our hands and knees just now. Come back to the mat. Take hold of the right foot with the left hand and raise it off the mat. The right arm is just there for support, so the work is all in the left arm and the right leg. Come back to the mat, and then I want you to take the hands back and raise everything off the mat as though you're skydiving. Really pull up through the back body here to raise everything up. Head and neck follow that beautiful line of energy. Okay, come back to the floor and then come back into your downward dog. You're doing really well. Just find your breath in your dog. And then right leg lifts. Step it through to a low lunge at the front of your mat between your hands. And then let's take a twist. So the right arm lifts, gaze up to those right fingers, getting a line of energy from the right fingers down to the left. We're not collapsing into that left arm either. It's just a little bit of energy. Raise up, high lunge, arms above the head, internally rotate the shoulders. And then take those arms back to aeroplane lunge. Body at 45-degree angle. Raise the arms back up, high lunge, and then cactus the arms, bend the knee and come down towards the floor. High lunge. And then carefully, we're going to step onto that right foot and take warrior 3. Arms coming back, so find your balance in your warrior 3. And then we're going to open out to half moon pose. So there's a line of energy all the way through the arms and all the way up the body. And then twisted half moon, reverse half moon. So the left hand comes to the mat and the right arm lifts. Hips are closed in that position. And then we'll take a twisted high lunge. So that left foot steps back to the mat and we're gazing over the right arm. Twisting all the way up through the spine. Following the head with the arms. And then spin the arms around, come into warrior 2. Reverse the warrior. And then take side angle pose. You can either take a power side angle, so keep the arms out, or you can bring the arms to the elbow to the knee or to the floor, or you can take a bind like I'm doing. Go to where you want to do, so you can take it power or rested, and then open out the arms to fly, hand to the mat, and come back to your low lunge, so the foot's between the hands, step back, plank, chaturanga, upward dog, downward dog, and breathe, come back to your breath, before we take those on the other side. Keep remembering to breathe in and out through the nose. Left leg lifts, 3-legged dog. Step through between the hands into that low lunge. Take the head with you. And twist. So the right hand stays on the mat and the left arm lifts, gazing up to those left fingers. Hand back to the mat, raise up to high lunge. Internally rotate those shoulders. Work knitting in the ribs and pulling up through the core. And then sweep those arms back, aeroplane lunge. Body at 45 degrees. Internally rotate the hands and you pull up through the triceps. And then cactus those arms and bend down the knee. Take a slight back bend. Back to high lunge. And then carefully we're going to step onto that left foot and take warrior 3. Try not to hit your face on any of the furniture. And then we're going to open out to a half moon pose. So the left hand comes to the mat, the right arm lifts, gazing up to those right fingers if you can find that balance. And then we're going to take a twist here. So the right hand comes to the mat and the left arm lifts and the hips close. And then step that right foot back. Twisted high lunge. Find your balance. Gazing over the back fingers, the left fingers. And then windmill those arms open into a warrior 2. Back heel comes down to the mat. And the feet turn at 30 degrees, front foot facing the front of the mat, and really gaze over those front fingers, knit in the ribs, pull up through the core and find your position, shoulders away from the ears. And then reverse your warrior, getting a stretch down that side of the body. And then choose how you'd like to do your side angle. So you can either do it as a power side angle with both arms out, bring an arm to the mat or a block, or you can take a bind like I'm doing. If you take the bind, gaze up to the ceiling if you can. So we're getting that twist and compression. You're doing so well. Open the arms out to fly. Come back to your low lunge. So hands either side of your left foot. High plank. Chaturanga. Upward dog. Downward dog. And just take some breaths in your downward dog here. Don't forget, we're doing even, slow breaths in and out through the nose. You should be able to hear the breath at the back of your nose. Okay, jump or walk forward to the front of your mat. Take a forward fold. Breathe out. Breathe in, tall mountain. Raise those arms high. Take a slight back bend and bring your hands to heart center as you breathe out. Okay, breathe in, chair pose. And then take the hands to heart center and take the left elbow to the right knee, the right elbow to the left knee, the left elbow to the right knee, the right elbow to the left knee. Come back to center and take balanced chair. So come onto those toes. Arms float back, lifting up through the triceps. And then back to your hands at heart center chair, and take the left hand to the right, left elbow to the right knee. Look down to the floor, and then step back. So we're taking a twisted high lunge with the hands at heart center, gazing back towards the foot. The foot is turned up, and then spin the arms round into a warrior two. Find the pose, knitting the ribs, pull up through the core. Shoulders away from the ears, gazing over those fingers. Straighten out the front leg and then tick-tock over to Trikonasana, triangle pose. Gazing up at those top fingers. Remember, you can bring your hand to your thigh or your shins. You can take a power triangle here by lifting out both hands, pulling up through the core. And then we'll take a twisted triangle. You may need to adjust your back foot. And so the right arm lifts and the left hand comes to the floor, getting a twist through the body in this triangle pose. Both hands come back to the mat, low lunge, high plank, chaturanga, upward dog, downward dog. Well done. Keep breathing in and out through the nose. Every time we come back to our dogs, just come back to your breath if you've lost the rhythm of the breath. Jump forward or walk forward to the front of your mat. Take a forward fold with your breath out. And then breathe in, come back to your chair. And then breathe out, hands to heart center, stand tall. Breathe in, chair pose. Breathe out, take a balanced chair. Lift those triceps up and come onto your toes. Breathe in, chair. And then bring the hands to heart center and take the right elbow to the left knee, gazing over those towards the back of the room. Look down to the floor for balance and step your right foot back. And we'll take this twisted high lunge with the hands at heart center. And then spin those arms round, windmill them round, bring the back heel to the floor and sink down into your warrior two position. Remember to stand up tall through your warrior two, sinking into the legs but knitting in the ribs and standing tall. And we'll take Trikonasana, triangle pose. So you can either do power triangle or a regular triangle, bring the hand to the block. If you find the strength, then let's take the power. So the arms come out to the side. Take twisted triangle. You may need to adjust that back foot. So the right hand comes to the mat, the left arm lifts, gazing up to those left fingers, getting a beautiful twist all the way through the body. hand back to the mat, frame your foot, low lunge, step back, high plank, chaturanga, upward dog, downward dog, and find your breath. Well done. Just really use these downward dogs to recover from the work that we're doing. I want you to come through your hands now, and we are going to take some, we're going to warm up the core and get some more twisting, and then we'll take our arm balance. So bring the right foot into the left thigh, and then we're going to take heron pose. So you can hold anywhere on your leg or take a strap, and if you can, take hold of the left foot in the hands, gazing up at the left foot, pulling up through the core, and then we take a twist. So holding on to the left foot with the right arm, gaze over the left fingers as you take the left hand back. So we sit up tall, but take the twist. Okay, let's take that to the other side. So the left foot comes into the right thigh. Take the right leg in your hands. If you can, take the foot or take it with a strap and raise it up. And then we'll take a twist. So the left hand takes hold of the right foot. The right arm comes back behind us. And we gaze over that right arm. Getting a twist in the spine. Well done. It's not easy. That's one you may need to pause the video for. Okay, as promised, we are going to take that arm balance. So remember our chaturanga arms for pro pose. We're going to take it on the left hand side first. So the right hand comes to the right knee, and the left hand, and the left hand comes into the left thigh, and we make the chaturanga arms, and then 1 foot at a time, lean on and take the weight of the hands, and then if you're feeling balanced, you can straighten out those legs, and then come back to center. We'll take it to the other side. So take the left elbow into the right knee, and the right elbow into the right thigh. Find your chaturanga arms. Start to lean your weight onto those chaturanga arms, and then 1 foot after the other. Take the weight, find your balance, and then straighten out those legs. Gaze straight ahead. I would pause the video to try this and maybe put a cushion beneath your head, because the first few times I did it a few years ago, I definitely smashed my face a few times. So just pause and try that. Okay, come to garland pose now, Malasana, and take a twist. So the left hand comes to the mat and the right arm lifts, and then the right hand comes to the mat and the left arm lifts. Gaze up to those left fingers. Come back to your Malasana, and we're going to raise and lower. This is a lovely Kundalini strength builder. So raise up, arms overhead, back to Malasana. Raise up, arms overhead, sink down to Malasana. Raise up, arms overhead, sink down. Keep going. Raise up, sink down. Come all the way back down into your low squat. Raise up, low squat. Raise up, low squat. This is amazing strength building. Keep up. Keep going. You're doing it. Raise those hands high. Sink all the way back down to your squat. Raise those hands high. This is like the ultimate squats. You did so well. Just hold it. Keep pushing those knees out a little bit more, opening your groins. Well done. Okay, come down onto your bottom now. We're just going to take some core strengtheners. So we're going to take opposite arm to opposite leg. So raise up the right leg and raise up with the left hand, and then alternate. So touching the opposite foot with the opposite hand. Keeping the legs as straight as you can. The straighter the legs, the harder the work. Your shoulders and arms are lifting off the mat. Lower back is glued to the mat. Just keep going. Keep alternating. Keep going. We're so nearly at the end of this practice, and I know it's been a tough one, but you're going to thank me for it when your core is buzzing with energy. Okay? bring those feet up to 90 and then raise your hands up towards the feet, keeping everything as straight as possible. Your shoulders raised off the mat. We're not lifting the bottom off the mat, we're gluing it to the mat. Excellent. Bring those knees into the chest and just give them a rock from side to side. You're doing so well and we're nearly there. Okay, rock up to sitting. And we're going to take camel pose. So come onto the knees, hips width apart, and you can either bring the hands into the lower back and take a back bend, take the head back if you're comfortable, or you can bring your hands to your heels with the toes turned under, or you can have your toes flat on the floor and bring the hands to the heels. Bring the pelvis over the knee, so you're really getting the full extension of this pose. And if your neck is comfortable, take it back. Really, really firing up the thyroid and parathyroid, stimulating your entire metabolism. Come back up to sitting, take a child's pose, stretch those arms out in front, just counteract that strong pose. And for our inversion today, we're going to take a new pose. So you may want to watch this first. It's called dolphin pose. It's a precursor to shoulder stand, a handstand, but on the elbows. So with the head off the floor. It's kind of halfway between a headstand and a handstand. So I want you to bring your elbows hip width apart. The head is not on the floor. It's just off the floor. It's called dolphin pose. So I want you to lift one leg and then the other as though you're going to raise up and kick up into a handstand. So raise up the right leg, three-legged dog, and then the left leg, a three-legged dolphin in this case. This is quite tough, so keep going. Right leg lifts, left leg lifts. So it's basically a downward dog, but on the elbows. It just takes a little bit more strength. And now just hold it, find stillness, and well done. That was a tough inversion. You may need to pause and work on that in your own time. Just observe it. Okay, let's take the right shoulder underneath the left. Come onto the right shoulder and the right cheek and the arm posted underneath the left. Just really starting to slow down and compress and stretch out now. Okay, change hands. So the left hand comes beneath the right. Come onto the left shoulder and the right, left shoulder and the left cheek. The right arm stretches out. Getting a compression in one side of the body and a stretch in the other. Okay, roll onto the back and bring the knees into up to 90, arms to goalpost to T, and rock them over to the left, gazing over your right shoulder glued to the mat, and you know this is the cue for us being nearly done. So if you're still with me, well done. This has been a tough practice. We've worked the entire body from the top of the head down to your toes. Change sides, rock them over to the right, gaze over your left shoulder. Keep going. You've done so well. Bring the knees to the chest, nose to the knees, last squeeze. And then just let those legs fall open. Long on the mat, the arms sink into the mat, the shoulders sink into the mat, the hands open facing upwards. No pressure in the face or the body now, just relax. As ever, if you want to hold your Shavasana for longer and really feel the energy integrating, then just do so. Take it for as long as you want to. And if not, if you're ready to finish, then come up to sitting with me. Come into easy pose at the front of your mat, or half lotus or full lotus. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the divine light within you guide your way on. From my heart to yours, Satnam, Namaste, Waheguru. How did you get on with that? Did you manage to do the side crow? Let me know. Love your feedback. So tomorrow will be day 25, and we're going to bring the energy down a little bit and do a nice, relaxing yin practice where we take those longer holds. It's just really good to counteract a lot of the moving and flowing that we've been doing with some stillness and let the body just stretch out. So we'll do that tomorrow. So stay safe, have a wonderful day, and I will see you on day 25.